Hello and welcome back. I'm bballjo and this is Farm Sim 22. We are still on the same map and we're still doing the same contracts. I didn't want to skip ahead and do anything without you guys. That's just not as fun. Pretty simply put. And I also found out that this street behind me does not continue. There is an invisible wall that we can get through, so that was fun to get around that. Also, you probably saw me getting stuck if you watched the very end of the previous video because there was nowhere else to go for me. So no, not nowhere else, but the trailer is too big for that little area. So that was fine. But today we're gonna wrap up this contract and we will start, well, collecting everything that we have to. I have a feeling we may want to upgrade our forage wagon, but maybe not. Now, I definitely think one of the very easy upgrades that we can get to really fast is add another trailer here, because right now we have 8,000 liters capacity, which is okay for the fields that we have, but it feels like we're at least running 2 full trips every time, and, well, we can easily add another trailer to this, so I don't see a good reason why we should skip out on that. The only problem is it costs another 11,500-ish in that range. And it's just expensive. So if I don't have to, I don't want to, but that is definitely an option that we have. Also, we are full, so I'm just dropping this one off, get the last load, finish up the field, and then we will see what else we can do today. It's getting a little dark, so I hope we can finish this day up today and maybe see what's going on tomorrow. How does that sound? Good, great. So I don't know if you just saw that, but I checked, and this map does not have a sell point for straw. They're good or bad? Well, you could play it if you have a lot of animals. Then it wouldn't make a difference, and you can just do your own thing. And yeah, that's nice, but I don't have my own animals. Not at all. So we have to figure out something, what we can do there. So yeah, where can we... I don't know. I don't know if I have one installed, but let's find out. It's not here. Let's see. Yep, that's neat. That's also neat. Let's see, construction, yeah. Is it production? Is it tools? Gotta check here where that goes. I think I found it. Biomass heating plant. Now all we have to do is figure out a place for it and see how big it is. How big are you? You're not ridiculously sized, so that's neat. I just still have to find a place where it should go. Honestly, I have an idea. Which is right at the current sell point over here. Come on. Come on, there should be some room in this area. So nope, you will be too big for this. Definitely too big for this. You know what? I'm gonna see where this fits, And then I'll be back, and maybe it's going to be daylight then too. Alright, that took me a little while, but I think I got the location that I wanted. It's kind of centered on the map, and I'm happy with that. But as you can see, what is this? What does this tell me? It's telling me I'm gonna sell wood? Oh, okay. So I can sell wood here, I can sell straw here. It is relatively close to the street, but it's not right on the street. I think I'm pretty happy with this. Did I manage to stay away? Yeah, I even stayed away from the power lines. And there was a little path, where is it? There was a little path signaled on the map. That's, I think, somewhere around here, so you can get to it from multiple sides. But no, I kind of like this. And yes, it's tomorrow. I'll figure out the money in a second. I think we were at like 8,800 or so. Let's go back to that. So this is the console tool that I like to use. So that was what, 26,110 is what I still had. Wrong way. 53,073. So here, a little 53,073. Little look behind the curtain of what's going on. So now I'll set it to 0, and now I tell it I want about 8,000, because we did pay interest, and we did pay, let's go 7,800. Let's give me a small fee of something. 7,800. I did have to pay interest, and I did have to pay leasing costs for another day. So I think that's fair, because I did have to technically buy this plot of land, so I was able to place something on it, but I'm fine with that. And as a small additional penalty, I think, let's make this look a little prettier. I have no problem. Let's see, what do we want to use here? It's all about the same price. Animal mud, asphalt, dirt, forest, ground, grass, gravel. Dirt is my favorite, generally, to use here, but I'm not sure if that's the best place or the best thing to do. Hey, that's my guy. I don't think I can actually paint on that, but that's fine. So NM to increase and decrease this. Let's see. This is not dirt, but we can make that. Oh yeah, this is nice. Okay, so as you can see, we cannot paint directly on where my guy is. I like the spray paint sound. Let's see if I can move myself out of the way so we can actually do things here. That'd be nice. This is one of the reasons why I wanted to buy this game again. I was actually about to say, no, it's fine. It's just the same game over and over again. And then I saw the updated, come on, make it bigger. The updated paint tools and the updated construction tools. And I was just like, wow, this is not the old game that I was used to. And it's actually, it looked really nice. That's why I wanted to do it again. I would like to make this look like not this white background or this white surrounding. I want this to be this dirt surrounding, and then I will start making this a little prettier, don't worry. Okay. There you go. It's more the foundation around the house, nothing else, nothing really complicated. And I just want to be able to get here. You could make this a little smaller at this point, but I'm not there yet. Okay, there you go. Now we have a nice foundation around the building. That looks good. What is that? There's a little bit of white left right there. We don't need that. But now this looks like it was actually placed here. And now we can concentrate on putting a little road or something else in here. So brush size, this, no, that's too big. Do this one. What cursor shape do we have? Round and square, round and square, round and square. Let's do round. And let's just make sure that we have a nice entrance and a nice exit here, and then maybe a turnaround loop too. Let's go this way. This doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to give you an idea of where vehicles can actually drive. And again, I did have to buy this plot of land so I can actually play on it or do something on it, and I think that's fair. I think that's quite alright. So that one goes there, and that should be fine. And then, honestly, I'm fine with just making this a backup, that you have to back up into the drop-off zone. That is totally fine with me. I think there's more than enough space in front of it to do everything that we need to do with it. That means I can use this guy to get a little more done. But as you can see, there's a lot of straw that we need to pick up. So either we bale everything, and that will take a long time by itself, or we get a much bigger machine to get the straw picked up. Now, how much money are we going to get for the straw? So probably something I should have looked at before, but I haven't. So where is the money? There we go. Straw's pretty much at the bottom, and now that we have a selling point, it's 102, so 1600 per load right now. That's not terrible. 1600. It's not nothing, but it's not a lot either. I do think a baler would be a lot better option for this because we can move a lot more material all at the same time. But it would also take, well, one, it will take a lot longer to get it, and then you have to still load it up unless I get an autoloader. At this point, I don't want to do that. And two, to run the balers, you generally need a really, really, really high horsepower vehicle. There are some smaller balers that are usually round balers, but they make even more work. They roll around on the fields, and neither of those things are very ideal. Now let's try to do this without getting squeezed again. So let's see how far I can get out of here. I think right here is fine. Then unload this, and then I'm pretty much done with this vehicle. My worker is where it needs to be. That's awesome. I hope this load will fill up all the contracts, and then I still have the other trailer effectively full of wheat from the previous job, which is honestly awesome, because that means I can, I could, if I had some land. Straw's not accepted here. What are you talking about? Where am I supposed to bring straw? So, welcome back. I went to Mod Hub. This is what I found. There's a wholesale station. It sells everything from the base game, it says. So that feels honestly pretty adequate for what we need to do here, just making sure it actually fits where it wants to. And I'm happy to add that little white around that area. It cost us, what, 100,000, so I'm going to move that money around. We're at about 6,000 now with everything that's going on. But honestly, I kind of like almost how this looks. Let's update the landscape a little bit over here. What do we do? Just regular dirt on this side. To make it bigger. There's no good reason why this needs to have this fancy look. There we go. That's much better. This one, nice and dirty, like it. I don't quite know why this needs to look this way, but I think we can fix all that. There we go. This pixel that want to play along here. Then on this side we can do the same thing. We don't need to have everything nice and tidy. But I think this is good. This is nice, and I obviously I hope that it's gonna work, but we won't know until we're actually done with this. Let's make this green. I don't think the grass would grow on this. There are some other mods that I've seen before in the previous farming simulators that made this work, but it's okay. It's okay even if it doesn't. Let's make this a little. There we go. Look like a house. I'm pretty happy with this. I'm not a landscaper. I don't know if you can tell, but I don't do this for a living. And looking at this makes me honestly pretty happy. Over here we have a road that goes through there, so we don't want to mess with that. But no, that's fine. There is a pole right in front of that turn radius, but we'll see if this works. This works, and then I can update the I'll update the money here. Just take away 40,000, and then we should be okay. At least that's the hope. Can we? It's still not. It's not giving me the thing. Hey, you. Yes, you. I'm glad you're still here because this was a lot of work to get to this point, and I finally have figured all the things out that needed to be figured out. There were so many problems. You have no idea all the things that I had to go through, but I'm going to tell you everything. And it may or may not be interesting because these are all new things. I played FS19 extensively. I've only played about 30 or 40 hours of FS22 before I started this season, and it felt like, oh, it's just the normal game, but so many things are different. Holy moly. it was a task. It took me probably it took a long time, a very long time. I know that for sure. So first things first, you cannot sell loose straw anymore. Yep, that's new. That was a thing. And I know I talked about this briefly before, calling it, oh, it's not a thing anymore in FS22, but it totally is. But you can't sell straw. That was originally a thing in FS19 when you played with seasons. Once you turn on seasons, you have to sell all the bulk materials like straw, grass, silage in silage. Was silage a thing in there? Maybe not. But you had to sell it in bales, period. You could not sell it any other way. And that was great. But I didn't think that the base game was going to do that. But it does. So that's the first thing. I have to fix that. Which means this forage wagon that I have here is completely useless. Because I can't do anything with the straw without having animals or a hayloft. And neither of those things are investments that I want to take at this point. Another thing. This forage wagon won't let me unload. I can't unload in the middle of nowhere. I'm clicking all the buttons. It won't let me. On places that I own, which I believe I own this piece, I can't. None of those things I can do anything with. So, well, whoop-de-doo. What are you going to do? Second thing, this map does not have a shop, so I can't sell the actual thing for a higher price. There's a little penalty you get when you sell it through the menu instead of the actual shop. But that's fine. That's fine. I take that little hit if you want to hit on my money because I'm learning and that's fine. I'm totally fine with it. Technically, I'm a new farmer here, so there you go. No problems at all. Then I spend a lot of time figuring out what we can do, how we can get bales without needing to auto-load everything, or without needing a front loader, or without needing like all the other equipment that we need, which is really expensive. And I actually came to a conclusion, and one that I really, really like. It's not an auto-loader, which auto-loaders are fine. They are totally useful and totally fun, and all that stuff is great, and they make life easier, but they're not as fun as it could be. There's an autoloader package with this far baler. It's fine. Looks fine. Works. And I'm sure it's fine, but it's an autoloader, so I didn't want that. Then there's this Sitma. The Sitma comes with a cage that guides the straw up. So you can unload this, and then the cage will point to the back. And it will unload straw, and it works great. The problem is, currently there is no good trailer that can work with this baler. It works really great. It's not even auto-loading. It's just pushing it straight back. But I couldn't find a good trailer that can handle more than just a few bales at a time because the actual cage does not go as high as you want it to go. And I remember growing up in Germany, these are a thing, and usually the cage behind it is a lot longer than this thing. This can only go on top of a single stack trailer, which means you don't have a lot of really you just can't fit a lot on the trailer, and that's not really worth it either. So that's why this one fell out. But then this square baler, I had this already in my mod list. It's actually perfect. It essentially, auf Deutsch, I would say a Bale-Schleuder or a Ballenschleuder. I don't know if that's the same name in English somewhere, but the little thing in the back is essentially a slingshot for your bales, and it's great. It catapulted up relatively high. You can have your normal trailers with two and a half rows up, and I'll show you what that means. And it can still get it on there, and it shoots about as far as the length of a short trailer. So the trailer that I have right now is relatively short. It shoots it right at the end of that. Sometimes it will miss, sometimes it will go in, which also means we have to change that. But this is our winner. This thing is going to take care of us, and it will be great. So that's that piece. We need a trailer, and I'll show you first the ones, or some of the ones that I tried, just in case you care to see what we did there. This was the best option that I found for the Sitma, for the red one, with that cage that pushes them out. The cage would unload them right into the trailer here, and that was great. The problem is, at some point the front was full, and you had to go out and essentially manage the rest of your trailer. And by that, I mean, you would have to stack the bales on the back. That was a lot of manual labor. If you have an extra person with you, maybe that's a good option. And I know that that is how these trailers were loaded back in the day, but let's be honest, I'm not going to have someone else run with me here at the same time. So, yeah, that's not going to happen. It was just a lot of work. I played with it. In the end, you can only stack it about too high, and then you still run into the issue of sometimes your bales just falling off, and it wasn't a good option. So this one didn't work. When I say 1 to 2 high, you could do this one for the green, for the John Deere version, but you would still run into a very similar issue that eventually you would run out of space, and that wasn't great. But honestly, this is not a bad option for the John Deere either. There's a Bale trailer version for that, cool. And there you go. I really like this trailer. It just doesn't quite do exactly what I need it to do. It's a good price too, so that's nice. But no, we are going to use a Bale loader. It's specially made for the John Deere that we have. It's this guy. Really expensive, 16,000. Honestly, that's a lot more than I want to pay for it. But it is what it is, and let's be neat. Let's use the John Deere coloring on this one just for free. Again, it's 16,000, it's very expensive, but this thing should enable us to do everything that we need to do. And the trailer hitch is the only one that I found that is really compatible with the bballjo, with the green John Deere that I found across all the mods, or all the mod hubs, all the mod locations that I could find. So I am pretty happy with this one, but that is not all. Don't worry, there's more that I can talk about because there is so much that happened since I stopped recording earlier, and I tried to record a couple times and things just weren't working out the way I wanted them to. Because there's another problem. So all of this exists because I wanted to collect straw at missions. And is that a fair thing? I think it is. It feels like I already did all the work, so may as well let me um, reap in the money. Yeah, it's called that. You see that? That trailer hitch just fits right onto that thing. You can attach most other trailers that have an eye um, to this baler as well, but it doesn't look as nice. So this one was the best option I could come up with. Okay, so I got to this point many times in the last few hours, and just to realize, well, officially I had completed both contracts in the last few minutes of this episode because I dropped off all the grain that was supposed to go out there. Is that bad? Yes, it is, because collect straw at missions only functions if you have not completed the job. By completion, I don't mean accept the money that you get or get paid for or whatever you did. It just means have you dropped off all the materials that you were supposed to drop off. That changes something in the missions XML in your save file, and you can look at that. And at some point, it will just say, hey, your collecting straw is no longer possible because you can't. That's the only reason. And that frustrated the heck out of me. I tried a bunch of different things. I tried the leasing, I tried the buying, I tried all the other things. The problem is all of them required you to either complete the job and then all the straw goes away, or not complete the job and then you couldn't collect the straw anymore. So that was a pain. So I went into the missions XML in your save file just to see if there was anything I could do. And yes, there are a couple different statuses for the different missions that I was able to look at, and you can just change them. I'm a software engineer. It makes sense to me. It probably makes sense to a lot of you out there too, but if not, I can maybe do a quick update or a video on that to explain it in a little more detail. But in the end, you just change a couple values, make sure that the material that you dropped off is less than the material that was expected to be dropped off, so the contract shows as active again, and that essentially reset, or should, I haven't actually tried this, it should reset what's going on. So there's a lot of stuff that has nothing to do with the game, but a lot to do with the game because I'm using mods, because without mods this game is, I don't want to say incomplete. This game is very fun without mods. I don't know how I managed to get stuck in that tree. And I feel like I'm just making it worse. Let's see if we can pull you out. Nope. That trailer is not a very... I don't have a chainsaw. Okay, let's see if we can... Nope. The problem is, too, that my tractor is not powerful enough to just push everything out of the way, but I think we are just about there now. Come on, 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 come on. Oh, good. Honestly, out of all the times that I tried to play here, or to make this video here, I've never gotten stuck there, so I'm very impressed that that just happened. Anyways, so, now the final test. Can we make this work? And one of the things, this little John Deere takes a long time to unfold, so I'm just going to start that right now. But once it's unloaded, you see that little, the slingshot in the back, you can actually turn it, which matters when you want to arrange your bales a little nicer. So I'm excited for this. It is not complaining at me yet, which makes me excited because that was the whole problem that I ran into before, which always said, hey, you don't own this, or you can't do anything with the straw because you don't own the land. And that was awful. But now we can do this. Does this move a little slowly? Yes, it does, but I don't care because you saw that? The first bale was up in the air and we are open for business. I love it. And this tractor can pull it, but yeah, you see that thing throwing it there? In 19, there was a mod like this that would throw it, and you would use the same trailer and a very similar baler, but it would effectively hold it in the air for a short while. And it would just sit there and not do anything, and every once in a while when you turned, it would just hang there and then drop in really weird places. This one is an actually real, I don't want to say real life or real time thrower, but it lands pretty nicely. You see that? You see where it lands? And that's exciting to me. That is very exciting to me. And again, I can arrange the slingshot just a little bit. I don't have to do that yet because we're not full enough, but down the road, you definitely can make that work nicer if you want to. I can probably get all of this out of here the way I need to. Another thing that I found out, I have a mod installed that's called Beware of the Straw. I did not fully understand what it did in the beginning. Now I understand it. Effectively, if you don't lift your header when you harvest, it will get rid of the straw that you go over with your header. So now I know, and I hopefully won't make those mistakes again that we did before. But all the things that I learned, I hope you guys learn them with me. I am this game, I don't care that much about knowing everything because every mod is new and every mod can change the game and every mod has some certain specialties that you have to worry about. And I'm very happy with that. I'm totally on board with just keep learning. So I hope at least someone out there may want to use this or play with this and learn something this way. Anyways, now we're coming to the hard part, which is collecting all the bales at 6 miles per hour for this field and the next field. So this is gonna take a little while, but I think it's gonna be well worth it because look how many bales we already have. These are all 700 bucks each every time one comes out. And I'm realizing that the wagon was open. You see that? It was open on that side. We don't want that. But it's 700 bucks every time you see one pop out. And by the time we're done here, I can see us making a nice buttload of money. this has been going amazingly well. Everything, well, honestly, I didn't even know if this would work, and it's working beautifully. It is exactly like I wanted it to go, but the problem that you may be able to see right now is that there are a lot of bales in the trailer now, and they're starting to have a mind of their own. There is a little bit of room to the back, I suppose, but no, that's fine. Let's just try to take this to the drop zone, that new building that we built earlier, and see how much money we can get for this, because it's exactly how I wanted this to go and how I wanted this to look. And I'm surprised to see that we have more than one trailer load full, but I'm also happy to see that at the same time, because this means money, money, money. Let's see how much money we have. We have 14,500, and in about 1 second, I will tell you how much this trailer load is worth. I will have you know that I only ran into trouble with the traffic once. And there's still a couple extra pieces of bale that want to jump out. Maybe there were 5 that hopped out. So for next time, I probably will try to make sure that I'm not as full, and I kick them more to the back, because there is a little bit of room in the back for sure. So just something to keep in mind first time we're doing this. But 14,500 first trailer load right here. Let's see what we get. Let's turn this thing off because it's lame. I would like you to somewhat arrange around here. Backing this trailer in will be a nightmare. It's selling. 8,000. Was that worth it? Maybe? I liked it. I had a lot of fun doing this, and I will continue using this bale trailer because, to be fair, I really like the small bales. I'm very happy that Giants actually added that to their base game. I don't think it was base game in FS19. I'm pretty sure it wasn't. I know there were some mods, but there's only so much you can do with the small ones. And just small machinery, small equipment, small things like this. Obviously my tractor may be a little too big for this equipment style that I have here, but overall I'm happy with it. I like that we have the small bales, that we can use them exactly like this. It didn't act super stupid. The bales were kind of behaving not ideal, and I shouldn't have, or couldn't have made an accident, because that would have been really bad, but overall this was fine. Anyways, we have a little more money to make. Now remember, 24,000 for the baler, plus another 16,000. It cost us 40,000 to get this setup going. Was that really worth it? Not yet. Not yet. Absolutely not yet. But that doesn't mean it won't pay for itself eventually, because it's just a contract. So. I don't know if you can tell, but I think we are at capacity again. So this is another load of at least 8,000. I think actually a little more than the first load that we had, just because I did a little bit of jumping on the straw wagon, moving things around a little bit. And yeah, no, this was totally worth it. I really, really enjoyed this one, and I'm looking forward to doing more once we get there. Now, there's to hoping that I don't run into an angry mob of vehicles again. They haven't thrown me into the stratosphere yet. I've seen the videos. I know that's a thing. We'll just see if we survive this time. If I can stay out of their way and out of the trees, we should be okay. I don't want to take shortcuts over the field, so let's just hope they accept that I'm also on the road. Please accept me. Okay, good. That could have been worse. Tried to take a bigger swing there than I needed to, but no, this was really great. This was a long day of work, and as you can see, it's raining now. Okay, we're gonna go around you here. That was scary. Ah. Yeah, no, it was a long day of work, but I am happy with the end result. Not gonna lie. It is raining now. I also don't know if Seasons here is reducing not the volume, but the weight with rain, or if they just ignored that. No idea. Why are you not throwing it? Throw this thing right there, and chuck. Yeah, that's gonna stay in there. That's fine. One more. Throw that one back on the wagon right here. That makes me happy enough, and that looks good. This is a pretty. No, that's good. That's good. It's working. It would be nice if this was the straw sale place. Maybe I saw one that looked exactly like that stack of bales. Maybe a mod that is. I saw a mod that looked like that. Maybe I'll make use of that. I don't know yet. Looks like there are a bunch of trees that can be cut down in a few years. That's a pretty good thing to know. I like that. Let's navigate around all this nonsense. And I think this is our turn to make some money. And that gets me excited. Every time I change the angle on this wagon, it looks like there's less in there than there was before. And all the bales are still moving. I really like it. Pro tip, do not try to store too many small bales in your game, because they will start dancing and you won't like it. 22,500 is our money. Let's see how much we can get. Number 8,400. I am more than happy with that. That is all I needed to do today. There is more work next time we get going, and we'll see what that really entails, because I have no idea. But for right now, this is all I have. Thank you so much for watching. We made 16,000 today, plus whatever they're going to pay me for the contracts, plus there's still some wheat in the trailer. I may just drop that off next time, and we'll see how much money we have when you come back to see me, I hope. If you like this kind of stuff, like and subscribe, because that's what I do. And if you don't, let me know what I can change. Appreciate it. Appreciate that too. Appreciate all the things. Especially you guys. You guys are awesome. Thanks for watching. Bye.